No, I've actually been
Hello
meaning to
and
play God of War
welcome to another
before I
episode of the Film Freaks
Okay.
podcast
You're
with
just
me,
talking while I'm talking.
Yemmy the Ferret, along with...
Great audio.
I'm actually recording Callus.
Did you just ask yourself if you're actually recording?
We
No,
are recording. I'm here with...
Callus.
Start over so I'm not talking over you while you're
Hello
doing the intro.
and welcome to another episode of Film Freaks with a Z at the end. We talk about movies. I'm Yemmy the Ferret and I'm here with...
Just Callus.
And...
Hey, Nation.
And...
Positivity.
Welcome in, everyone. This is a podcast where we talk about a single movie and plenty of other things as well. And this
Mostly other things as well.
Mostly other things as well. But if you want to be just like Player 2 from the last episode, who we totally talked about that movie a lot, make sure you send us a movie
What was the movie
recommendation
again?
at ff.filmfreaks@gmail.com, or you can send us a comment on the latest episode of Film Freaks on YouTube, or join the Discord, link in the description below, and chat with us and say, hey, I want you guys to watch this movie. It'll be added to the list. And then during Tay's episode, he's right there beside me.
Me.
Well, I guess he's across from me on the thumbnail. But anyway, the vote happens, and then we choose, and then we talk about said movie down the road.
It was Born Identity, right? That's what we watched.
Yes.
Actually, I watched the first three Bourne movies, so which is what set us on a rabbit hole of not talking about the movies. Sorry.
That's okay. It all worked out in the end because it was a banger episode, as all of them are. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Every single one.
Every single one.
Yeah.
So, how is everyone doing today?
Doing okay.
Pretty good.
See,
Pretty.
I'm continuously trying to up my intro game. So we went from asking Callus and random people to do it to now I just started it while we were still having a conversation.
Conversation.
There's no better way.
I mean, I feel like there is a better way to get some
This
clean
is the
audio.
way.
Not at all.
Nah, we don't need clean audio. We're the freaks.
Yeah, we like our audio dirty.
That's right.
Ayo.
Mm-hmm.
So, today we watched a movie. We certainly did. Let me go ahead and intro that because I was the one who recommended this one. And I recommended Moonlight from 2016, directed by Barry Jenkins. And this is a tender, heartbreaking story of a young man's struggle to find himself, told across 3 defining chapters of his life. The stars Trevante Rhodes, Andre Holland, Janelle Monáe, Ashton Sanders, Jarl Jerome, Alex R. Hibbert, and many, many more. And the place that I would like to start today is actually Callus's Spanish review because it leads into my first talking point.
What?
Let's go.
Spanish review.
Do.
Bam. Okay, so this review
comes from user Roma Itoyes, who gave it a 3.5.
All right. Well, Roma says, está buena, pero no tiene sentido que le haya ganado a La La Land. What this person is saying is that it was good, but it doesn't make sense that it beat La La Land, I guess, for the Oscars.
Yes, so there was a huge hubbub during the Oscars. And who knows if it was manufactured or not, I don't know. But essentially, the person reading out who won Best Movie of the Year read out La La Land.
Harvey.
It was not Steve Harvey.
That's when that happened.
No, it wasn't Steve Harvey.
Who was it? Steve Harvey made a mistake at one point. That was like a big thing.
That was like 15 years ago.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was.
And to be fair, 2016 was 10 years ago.
No, it was Steve Harvey was before. There was 2 older people on the stage. And anyway, they said La La Land, and then they had the crew and cast and all that from La La Land come up and accept the award. But, it was actually Moonlight Moonlight won the Oscar, so they had to get everyone off the stage from La La Land, and then boom, then the Moonlight people came up. So the main thing is, I've seen both of these movies. I did this on purpose because I wanted to make sure that the Oscars got it right, quote unquote, right? And I do believe that they got it right on this one. I think La La Land is a great movie. There's great choreography and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it is a pretty basic love story that doesn't really say too much, in my opinion. But Moonlight is a very deep, and it's like a movie of the time, like 2016. I feel like it does kind of encapsulate kind of that 2016 vibe, right? So at the end of the day, I do personally think that Moonlight deserved. Now, I don't know if it is actually my favorite movie of 2016. Like, there's obviously a lot more going on in that year. But at the end of the day, like between La La Land and Moonlight, I really feel like Moonlight deserved the win here. And I was going to look up the other movies that were nominated that year if someone else wants to talk.
If we're comparing the two, I found this movie to be very, very slow in some parts, and I got a little bored. I'm not gonna lie. So I kind of wish Lala won. Personally,
I didn't see La La Land at all, but I don't know. I don't know if I would have, like, the cinematography of this one was really good. Like, there was a lot of cool shots and whatnot. But overall, yeah, it was kind of like, it was an interesting story, but I don't feel like it was told well. And then
I agree. There's a lot of like missing parts.
yeah, I feel like this would have been better as like a TV show that was like 3 seasons long. First season is him as a kid, second season is a teenager, third season is adult or something. But
Yes.
like, I feel like, yeah, just the jumping like to teenagers sound like, oh yeah, that cool guy that you like, he's dead. He's just gone. We don't know why, don't know how.
I
He's
thought
gone.
for sure they were gonna like say something about him,
I-
like what happened to him.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
Yeah.
that, like, if I missed something or what, but yeah,
They
it's
just never.
like,
They just said, "Oh yeah, didn't he die like a few years ago?" And that's like it.
Yeah, like
And then like they talk about Teresa as an adult, but you never get to see her, which I thought was a bit of a letdown. It's like she's been kind of a pivotal character. Like this is like basically his adoptive mom. That's like, you know, a good person
yeah.
versus his real mom, who's a drug addict. Who we see in the third act. You know, she did get her shit together, and she is being better, which is great. I'm glad. But like, it just kind of felt, just because it was in the 3 parts, it felt a little like unearned.
Too
like
disjointed.
yeah, like the character development of these things was unearned. Like by the third, especially by the third act, because I'm gonna be jumping all over the place here, guys. The third act, you know, see him as adult, and you're like, okay, good. He's not with Kevin. He doesn't seem to be thinking about Kevin, which is great because last time we saw Kevin, he beat the shit out of him.
big betrayal.
Yeah, and then like Kevin calls, and then it's just like, oh yeah, this is my one true love. I'm like, is it though?
Right? Oh, I'm pissed.
Well, it's been like 10 years since I saw La La Land, but personally, I do agree that this one is the better movie just because like I didn't really like La La Land that much, and I feel like this one had like a lot more to say, and it's like I agree like with there being slow parts, but personally, I actually did enjoy the fact that they just focus in, like when they jumped from time period to time period, they didn't try to like spread out his life story through the years. Instead, they just focused on 3 pivotal moments on each stage of his life, and you know, like that way it allows us to like, you know, hyper focus on what it's like to live, you know, a day in the life of his life, you know, throughout these, you know, different stages. And I really like the way that was done. It reminded me of another movie that did kind of similar thing. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
think it was
fair.
Logan.
Like, La La Land isn't my favorite movie / musical, but I did really enjoy it. and that's not to say that I didn't enjoy this movie because I thought it was really good. It makes me want to adopt kids even more, get them out
Yeah.
of those hellholes. But like, I don't know, the slow parts were so slow. I found myself like starting to nod off a little bit, and like maybe that was my fault for watching this on a Sunday afternoon when I was cozy. But also, I don't know, like it was I don't know. I guess the one thing that I'll say is I'm kind of glad it was that slow because like I remember the important pivotal moments in the movie, but other than that, like I don't know. I have a hard time watching like dramas like this because for one, I'm a very emotional person, so like if a kid is getting beaten up or is having a hard time, it really gets to me. Like kids going through hard stuff really, really bothers me. And
Yeah, same.
so like I don't really enjoy watching that. I don't really enjoy subjecting myself to that. I know it happens and it kills me and I just don't really, when I sit down to watch a movie, I'm like, you know what? I would love to watch a kid get his lights beaten out of him because he's gay. Like that just ugh. But also, can we talk about the dude that was
Well,
beating him up and how he was 100% gay? Like,
well,
Who, Kev?
Yeah,
Oh,
Kevin, the guy
Kevin was
jerked him off.
bisexual for sure.
no, not him.
The other guy.
Oh,
The
the
long
other
hair, the
guy.
dreads.
Yes.
guy?
Yes.
I'm about to say, yeah,
100%.
the one guy was. I mean, he's definitely gay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely at least bisexual because he did have a
Yeah.
kid with a woman. So
Yeah.
Oh, well, him, yeah. But the dude with the long dreads, like, he was like licking
Oh,
his
yeah.
lips and like looking him up and down. I'm like, bro, just bang him already. Like, you want to. Like, you're not fooling anybody.
I do
So-
like that he got what was coming to him, though.
Yeah. Me too. That chair scene was awesome.
Let's take a step back because I don't think that this movie is meant to like portray the violence against Chiron in like an entertaining way. You know that's not
Oh,
the
definitely.
that's not the
No.
reason why people are gonna watch this movie. It's
Right.
definitely to show the brutal reality that people go through, which I felt like it's something that like it's either in a horror movie, right, or it's like dramatized, right? And this felt a lot more real in a lot of ways. Throughout like the first two acts of the movie, at least, because by the third act he's a tough guy who doesn't need no protecting or saving, right? So saying like, oh, I wasn't like like I don't know, I forget exactly the way you worded it, but like saying something like what you said is just kind of like weird to me because it's like, well, you're not really going into the movie going, ooh, can't wait to see that kid get beaten up. Like this is my favorite scene in the movie. Like no, it's got to be impactful. It's got to grab your attention and be like, hey, this is the shit that he's going through. This and this is why X, Y, and Z happen afterward, and this is why he's molded into the young man that he is in the third act. And it's also one of the reasons why he reverts back to being that kid again when he's back with Kevin.
Yeah, I understand that. I guess my point was when I watch a movie, I watch it to like enjoy something, not like get empath punched in the face. Not that like I'm not saying that somebody should watch us and be like, "Oh, hell yeah, like that happened. Let's go." That's
There are some people who
I
would
know,
watch it who would be happy about that.
yeah,
unfortunately.
they can
Yeah.
rot.
They-
But
Exactly.
In my defense, this time around, I did warn y'all that it was a tough movie.
Yeah.
It had some stuff happening. So
Oh, I
hey,
knew.
I did my
from the
job this
get-go,
time.
so.
Okay, this is not a
Right.
This is not my fault.
I'm not
I
saying
set
how dare you.
expectations in the right way for this one. I will say.
How dare you not set expectations, Yemmy?
Well, I don't
How
know.
dare you.
'cause-
No, I'm just saying like
'cause
these
y'all
kind of
didn't
movies like
some of the things I've recommended simply because you thought they were going to be something else.
that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, besides from
I-
War of the Worlds, obviously, like that was just a meme. But
I think this movie was well done for what it is. It's just like not my type of movie.
Yeah, like I said, for me, it was more of a like. I really liked the story. I felt like it wasn't necessarily told in the best way. And I feel like the third act were like none of that felt really. I don't know. Like it just seemed weird. Like it just seemed like okay, like we're not watching Chiron anymore. We're watching somebody else. That's
Exactly.
kind of what it felt like.
No, that's the. I feel like that's,
Yeah, that's the point.
purposeful. that's that's
Yeah.
the point. You're watching because he's after being in prison and stuff like that, he's transformed himself into a different person essentially, and that's why the ending of the movie is so impactful. A lot of people cried during the end of the movie, which I didn't, but it's because he reverts back to that Act 2 and Act 1
Yeah.
kid that he was essentially. And he breaks out of that mold that he's created for himself, like this gangster who bangs tons of women, right? He breaks out of that mold, and now he is back to being the Chiron we knew from the last two acts. So you're exactly nailing it on the head, even though it's a criticism of yours. You're nailing it on the head that he is a different character. He is a different person because that's how he wants to be portrayed. He wants to be essentially just like the guy from the first act who found him in the crack den.
Yeah, I loved the beginning of this movie and the end of this movie, and I think the common denominator is the vulnerability that you see, and like I think it portrays a great it paints a great picture for personally I think like men in general. Like, a lot of men are told that they need to be like the tough guy, they need to grow up, they can't cry, they can't blah blah blah, and he goes through those stages. And even though like at the end he's this, buff, rough guy, he's been through a lot of shit type of person, he still like he sees one person and that just like cracks him, that like breaks him down into this vulnerable state again, like to who he really is and who he can't be. He feels like he can't be, and he only feels safe to be who he truly is with this one person. And like I think that's heartbreaking, and it's beautiful, and it's real. Like that's what you see from a lot of men. And I kind of think that's interesting that this also ties into Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So like if you're listening, if you're one of those guys, like we see you, and it's okay to cry, it's okay to be vulnerable. Don't listen to people that don't have that type of emotional intelligence because they're emotionally stupid. So
Agreed.
that's my soapbox.
Yeah, and that's why I figured talking to you guys would bring some sort of light to it. Where I was just like, I'm probably just not getting something. So I don't always necessarily read into movies very well.
And that's fair. I think it's okay to like see them, point blank, because we all take something different from these types of movies, and I find that fascinating. I find that kind of cool that we can all watch the same thing but have completely different opinions or thoughts on it.
Yeah. And one of the things that like really do you want to go first?
Yeah, go first. Unless you're changing
I was gonna
subject.
say like no, I'm not. Like one of the things that really impacted me about this movie is like the bullying, just because I myself did have to go like through so much bullying in like so many years of school in my life. And I mean, I never really got beat up that bad to where like I needed to go to the hospital or a nurse or just anything like broken or anything like that. But still, I was like bullied and pushed around and like, constantly when I was a kid. And then, like to the point where I literally like, I also decided to change myself, and like I became a completely different person. I grew out my hair, and like I started wearing baggy clothes, and I started hanging out with like a different crowd. I literally went what he went through, and I changed myself, and that's when like the bullying stopped.
So crazy.
Which is it's wild. It's wild times, and that really resonated with me.
I got teased a bit, in like junior high by a few people, but like nothing ever like bad, like horrible, like more just like, I can't believe you're wearing that clothes. Okay, sure. That's just how I don't have control of what I buy, kind of thing,
Yeah.
So, and I think that's maybe never got worse than that because it didn't affect me at all. And they were just like, oh, well, this isn't But yeah, I never really got bullied. Like I said, I mean, I felt like most of the time, most people just didn't even know who I was or like notice me.
Same. Yeah, if I got bullied, I didn't know it. Like if people were talking about me, I had no
Yeah.
idea because I kept to myself a lot. Like I have one group of friends that we're still friends to this day, but
Yeah.
like that's it. I didn't pay attention to anybody else. I would be reading or crocheting or be that typical nerd. And that was just me. That was
Yeah, me too.
my life. So I probably did. I probably did get bullied. So well, I got bullied into trying to say like curse words. Like people in my biology class, they'd be like, "Hey, say blah blah." I'm like, "Shut up!" Like, no.
Yeah.
I guess that's peer pressure, not really bullying.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, there were some interesting words said after that too.
Oh,
myself.
okay.
But yeah, that was also part of it.
Yeah. Back to my other point. I feel like the other problem I had with the third act was it was just too short. Like it just kind of felt like it could have been a little longer. Like kind of established. I don't know. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain how I feel, but I'm just like it felt like, especially like when it ended, I was just like, what? Oh, it's done. Oh, okay.
That's funny you say that because I kind of feel like the second act was kind of short.
See,
or am I wrong about that?
I was like, the second act was a little short. And I mean, that was my problem with kind of jumping over, as all of them felt like they could have used more time. Like I said, I think this story would work better as like a TV show where you could delve into, each scenario a little longer. But yeah, the third one just felt especially short to me. Which I don't know. In hindsight, I'm thinking, I'm like, well, I mean, you got, him working out, him doing his deals, him talking to his mom. It's like maybe, I don't know. Maybe I wanted more time with Kevin.
Yeah, I get that.
Also, I feel like their casting choice for Kevin as an adult was not the best. Like, I think he did a really good job. It's just he looked so much older. And I went and looked it up. Like the ages between them as kids was like, I mean, they didn't even mention, you can't even find their ages as kids, but it was like they're 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, whatever. They look alike. And then high school, they were like 2 years apart. And then the final jump, the actor who played Kevin was 11 years older than the actor who played Chiron. And I was like,
Wow.
he looks it. He looks a lot older. Which I guess, people age differently. It's fine. And like I said, I think the actor did a good job. I just felt like it was like every time I looked, it was like, this doesn't look like Kevin at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like that, like the young Kevin and teenage Kevin, like those actors, like could have been brothers. I felt like I was just like when I saw him as a teenager, I'm like, okay. Like before they even said his name, I was like, I feel like this is a time jump because that looks like him, just like 5 years older, kind of thing. And it was. And obviously, it's a little different, I guess, the adult jump because now he's all ripped and big and whatnot. So it's like, okay, I can fine. But yeah, Kevin, it didn't even look like the same person. Maybe that's just me.
No, I can see what you're saying.
I'm trying to compare the pictures here.
I was about to ask where you went.
Honestly, there's obviously a big difference between the two Kevins. But the person they used for the older Kevin just kind of looks like a more slimmed down version, maybe a bit more skinnier build.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I mean, he definitely looks
different,
slimmer.
Yeah, that's kind of like the main thing that I see just flipping between the two pictures. But they think they look similar enough.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just I didn't see a good side by side, so I was just like, and I think maybe just like the fact that he looks 10 years older and he is 11 years older, like maybe that was throwing me off too. Where I was just like, I can't see this because like Chiron looks like, it would be 26. I think the actor was 26, and he looks 26.
Mhm.
And then they got this other guy who's supposed to be 26, and like, well, he looks like he's in his 30s, and he was. Like I said, it's not. That's more just nitpicking for me. It's not like it's a huge deal. It's not making me go, "Oh, this movie. I can't believe they got an actor 10, 11 years older." It's just like whatever. Again, I'm nitpicking here. So, but these were little things that did kind of take me out of the story a little bit. Where I was like, "What?" And then, like I said, I pull out my phone, go to IMDb, and look at them, and be like, "Okay, yeah, they is older." So I may have missed some things. I don't know. I mean, clearly I did. So.
Yeah, it didn't bother me too much. To the point where I didn't really even think about it.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm weird, so it makes sense. So.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the length of the acts, I think the first act definitely is the longest of the three, or at least it spends the most time. But I mean, I felt like the second act, it was pretty breezy, like pretty quick. But it did have a lot. It did feel like it had its time. And then I mean, I felt like the third act was a little bit short. But it also had the most impact, I think, on the movie in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a bittersweet kind of thing where they kind of end it where they do, because you kind of want to see more or hear more or whatever you want to say. But it also had like two of the most impactful scenes, which is one, his discussion with his mom or talk with his mom, and then two, of course, meeting up with Kevin at the diner. I felt like those were two of the most important scenes in the movie outside of obviously the beach scene from the second act, and I would say the dinner table scene when he's a kid in the first act. I feel like that's also another like really pivotal scene in the movie as well that really elevated it in my mind, like in the entire experience in my mind, because this is a little kid who's asking these really tough questions, and they handle it like troopers, like both of them did.
Right? No, I really liked
I
that
thought
scene.
the answers were really spot on, and also the fact that he didn't lie to Chiron and say like, "No, I'm not giving your mom drugs." Like he was very forward with them. I think that also is very impactful too.
Right?
Dot and I were like talking about how this kid doesn't say one word, doesn't tell him, his name, his favorite color, whatever. The first like words out of his mouth are like about drugs and drug dealing and like I was like they handled it like troopers, but we made some sort of joke of like their parenting went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Right.
Yeah, I do feel like the way that scene ended though, like he leaves and like you see I can't remember his name now because he dies and you don't see him again. Juan.
Yeah.
You see him kind of
played
start
by
crying,
Mahershala Ali, which for some reason,
right? Which I liked. I was like, why are you killing off him? I like him. He's a good actor.
Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah, but then you see him kind of start crying, and then like it cuts, and it's him as a teenager. So you're just like, wait, did he? And you're like, were they? Obviously, Chiron got over it because he's still hanging out with Teresa. So
something tells me that was like a drug deal gone bad or something like that. Because they have that scene at the beginning of the movie where, the one guy's like making a fuss, and he grabs the gun. So.
Yeah. No, I feel like it was also that, but
That's also another impactful scene later on when he catches the mom smoking in the car.
Yeah.
Like I felt like that was also pretty well done because you can kind of see both sides where it's like, well, who are you to tell me how to raise my kid? Blah blah blah. Yeah, just really really well written there too.
I would have been like, lady, you are literally doing drugs right now. Like. Do you
I feel like he
know
should have
where
said,
your kid is?
yeah. I was like, I felt like he was about to say, like, I don't care that you're doing drugs. I just, it's rules. You can't light up next to the dealer. That's all I'm complaining about. I mean, it wasn't. He was complaining about, it being her too. But the reason he originally went over there was to be like, hey, you can't light up right next to the drug dealer. That's a faux pas.
Oh, my favorite.
Your favorite word?
Yes, faux pas.
What is that, French?
I believe so.
I believe so, yeah.
Because it's spelled like Fauxe.
I think it's just Faux and then PA.
Okay. I can't remember if there was an E at the end or not.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely French and not like those people on the boat from the last movie.
Correct. The Italians.
Yes.
We did agree on that, guys. Everyone, it's okay.
No,
Calm down.
I had to show you factual proof.
You did,
That it
and
was
that's how it
Italian.
should be. And that's how life should be. If you see factual evidence, you go, oh, yeah, okay, I was wrong. And it's okay to be wrong, people. It's okay to be wrong.
Hey, trust the Italian when I say that someone's Italian, okay? Capiche?
Capiche?
Capiche.
Catfish, yes.
Ah, yes. Not like nice long.
Pregnant pause. Very nice.
Yes.
A pregnant
License
pause?
for me to eat my hair.
Yeah, that's what it's called. A pregnant pause. I don't know why it's called that, but that's what it's called.
I don't know.
So does
here we
anyone-
are.
Anyone have anything they want to say about the movie? Any other scene they want to talk about?
Like I said, overall, I really enjoyed the cinematography, as I mentioned. There were a few scenes where, like, it felt like, I mean, it was intentional, but it just felt weird because, like, things were out of focus on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think them at the beach scene, you see them just kind of standing there, but, like, their faces are blurry, and I'm like, okay, interesting choice. But I'm sure it was intentional because everything else in that movie was shot really, really well, so.
Yeah. I think it was intentional. So, okay, here's the crazy thing. All right, you're never gonna believe this, but I had to look it up.
I don't believe it.
I had to look it up and make sure that it was true. And
Faux pas Italian.
No. Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's not. I'm sending you the list
Sorry,
of
continue.
his directorial movies. Look at the second one on the list and tell me what's wrong with that picture.
Uh-oh. Is
Second one
it-
on the list. Oh, no.
So you have Moonlight, and then you have Mufasa: The Lion King
Oh, no.
from 2024.
No.
Was the better of the two, right?
They're both terrible. Don't
I'm
kid
sure.
yourself. Yeah, so one for me, one for them. But also he has all these other like pretty impactful movies surrounding this Mufasa.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these other movies seem to be like very like artsy type of films, and then like for him to make
Yeah.
Mufasa is like what?
Yeah,
It's kind of like his. I'm bored.
Yeah, this is
It's
the
just-
wild.
That
It's
one.
was
just after
Disney
that
offered him
Disney
a lot of
paycheck.
money.
Yeah, just a Disney paycheck. That's all it was.
Yeah, it's just crazy. When I saw that, my jaw dropped. I'm like, this is the same guy who made that stupid Mufasa prequel. Like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, originally that was what I was going to start off this conversation with, but I was like, nah, we can't start off silly. We got to go silly eventually down the road. Yeah, this Mufasa movie was absolute dookie.
Did you see the Mufasa movie?
Oh, I've seen it.
Okay.
My
But I mean, it
eyes
is the better
bled.
of the two, right? I mean, they're both bad, yes.
They're both
But
awful.
yes, but
don't-
is it the better of the two?
No, they're both on the same level of shit.
Okay, fair.
Because the problem with the Lion King remake is that it's the Lion King remake, and that movie didn't need to be remade, and also it's worse in
Correct.
every single way, and all
Correct.
the actors are terrible, and the songs are arguably worse, and there's nothing of value to making that. And then with this movie, sure, they animated the faces of the characters to have more expression, But at the same time, the songs have there's not one good song in this. The lyrics are trash. The visuals, yes, it looks so realistic until it starts to get pixelated in the freaking water while they're jumping through it, until it turns into a video game when too much motion is happening. Also, the story itself is just so. It's just a very basic this is the story of Mufasa and Scar. Who could have guessed that they met and that they totally aren't actually related? Who could have guessed? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because they're completely different colors in The Lion King. I don't know. Anyway, they're both horrible in their own right. And I guess I'll concede and say that Lion King 2019 is arguably worse for the sake of argument. But if The Lion King is a half star, Mufasa is like a 1.
Higher than I thought. I thought it was going to be like a 0.75.
We don't do that here.
You
Honestly,
better not.
I mean, I'd give Lion King a 0 actually. Like,
Yeah,
if we're handing out zeros, I think the Lion King 2019 is such an affront to everything that made the Lion King, the original movie, special, that it's a 0. It's just there's nothing there, and it's awful.
Yep.
But at least Mufasa was an original story.
Yeah.
No, I guess there's that.
So 0.5 for Mufasa, 0 for Lion King.
I guess I'll still give Mufasa a 1, I guess. Because my half
Oh.
stars are usually for so bad it's good kind of movies.
That's fair.
But yeah, I just, you got freaking John Oliver in there mispronouncing words. You have, oh man, I can't even. James Earl Jones, they actually used unused voice lines from the original movie because
What?
he was pretty far out of it when he did this movie. So like there's some lines that sound like young Mufasa, and there's other lines that sound like James Earl Jones who's phoning it in because he was asked to do this kind of thing,
On his deathbed.
You have Beyonce thrown in there, who Disney nominated for Best Supporting Actress, which I thought was absolutely wild.
That's crazy.
You have Eric Andre in there, who doesn't really have any lines. They took out one of the hyena. We're going down a real crazy road here. Seth Rogen as Pumbaa sucks. Billy Eichner, I like Billy on the Street, but him as Timon sucks.
What's weird
I
is
didn't
they
realize that Seth Rogen
gotten,
was in it.
like, especially for the
Seth
voice
Rogen's
actors, they
Pumbaa.
could have got the original voice actors. Like Nathan Lane is still around.
Look, I like who they got to play Scar. I'm blanking on his name right now. Chiwetel, he has a really weird last name, but I like this guy. He's great. But Jeremy Irons is still alive, and he can still do the Scar voice. There is no if you're gonna get James Earl Jones back for Mufasa,
Right.
which arguably was a bad decision because he can't really act. He couldn't really act at that time. Get Jeremy Irons back to do Scar. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's just so weird. It's so weird. Some of the choices and stuff they made for that, it doesn't make sense.
And this is, a lot of this comes from the fact that the original Lion King is like one of the most impactful movies in my life. Like I love, I know it's just a retelling of Hamlet or whatever, right? But
It was though.
it is a fantastic movie. Like it is just
Yeah.
so freaking good, well animated. The songs all hit. Like this is like a movie that is a once in a lifetime type thing. And I know Disney was on fire back in the day. That I'm not saying that the other movies surrounding it were bad, but like in terms of like impact and wide reaching appeal, I think The Lion King definitely hits it out of the park in a lot of ways. And when you take that concept of The Lion King and all the beautiful frames and all the great acting and the beautiful songs and et cetera, and you turn it into this weird CGI, lifelike, expressionless, emotionless fuckery, it's just yeah, it's I'm gonna be even more critical of it because the original movie is just so freaking perfect. And then at the end of the day, you got Jon Favreau, who doesn't know what he's fucking doing anymore, by the way. But he's directing this movie and he's like, oh yeah, our skies can't look that pretty like in The Lion King because skies don't actually look like that. And you look up any fucking picture of any skyline across the world, and you get reds, you get purples, you get blues, there's so much color. But the skies in The Lion King are just blue with like minimal clouds. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? The skies are more real. Yes, he actually said that. There is an actual clip of him saying, "Yeah, we couldn't make the skies as beautiful as the original movie because these are natural, normal skies." I'm like, no, they are fucking
That's
not.
crazy.
Have you ever seen a fucking sunrise, dude? Hello.
Yeah, it's like if you go back and watch the original movie, during the day it was bluish, but there were sunrises and sunsets, and they had the good lighting and.
God
Wow.
forbid they have some, spice
Color.
to their movie, some color in their movie. Like, goodness. But
Yeah.
no, they completely stripped away the any essence of The Lion King, and they were like, okay, and here's John Oliver mispronouncing Zazu.
How
Love
did he
that.
pronounce it?
Oh man, I used to be a vocal tick for me the way he said it. I kind of forget now.
It's like in the Avatar Last Airbender movie where they could not say any of the names right.
Well,
Oh gosh.
that's a whole other can of worms to go down. But
Yes, it is.
instead of
We won't.
Zazu, he was saying like, oh my god, I am blanking.
When does he say his own name?
Because I think the kid who played Simba said it right, but there was another character who said it wrong, and they just kept it in. Zazu, yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, it's not important. The main
No.
thing that is important is that he mispronounced the fucking name. We have source material,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Like I said, it's Avatar all over again. It's like, there's source material. How are you saying the name wrong?
yeah, yeah. There's no reason that any of this should be fucked up in the first place. But also, there's also no reason to have this movie be remade as a live action remake
Mm-hmm.
in the first place,
Agreed.
let alone a sequel to the remake.
Yeah. Hey,
As
remember
well.
that live action Lion King movie that did horrible?
No,
What if we made a prequel to it?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
horrible.
that's right.
but
No, it didn't.
It did well. It did.
Well, that's because
it
a
did
lot of people went and
numbers.
saw it before they knew it was horrible.
Yeah. I mean, these. I mean, I think we've discussed this before, but these live action remakes, they make bank simply because of the nostalgia factor. And these parents, or I'm not going to blame parents, but it's mostly parents who are like, "Oh, I liked this movie when I was a kid, so let's go see the new one with my son or daughter," right?
Yeah.
So they go see Aladdin, they go
Yeah.
see Jungle Book, they go see Little Mermaid, right? And they give Disney the money, and Disney goes, okay, these are working. And then you get something like The Lion King or Lilo and Stitch, where it's just like a shell of what it was. I mean, the Lilo and Stitch one, that one pissed
They
me
took
off
out-
so much.
They took out the Mohana means family, and it's like, Mohana means take care of your own goddamn self. It's like,
It just-
what?
That's another one where it's just like we took the essence of the original movie, which we talked about on this podcast, so it all loops around, right? And you
Yeah.
just totally rip out the soul. You rip out everything else. You also have the like bad directing because there's several moments where the little girl kid is like supposed to be interacting with Stitch, but they have him in a different spot than where they directed her to
Oh,
point to.
jeez.
So it's like,
Oh.
what
That's
is
just
going
bad
on here?
planning.
And then they also
That's pretty bad.
they also made Jumba the villain, which makes no sense.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That sounds grade A awful. That
Wrap
doesn't
your
even sound
mind
like
around
Lilo and
that one.
Stitch.
Yeah.
It's not the
I'm
same
glad I never
movie.
watched this. Yeah.
Same.
Like I said, the fact that like the whole basically the point of the movie was like Mohana means family, and they just went, no, it doesn't mean that anymore. It's like, I'm sorry, what?
Wow.
So yeah, anything that was like Lilo and Stitch is another one that was very impactful for me. We talked about that a
Right.
long time ago at this point. But that's another one that like really hits hard, especially when I was a kid, and like to see it in the way that it was. And I did not watch it in theater. I didn't watch either of these movies in theaters. I just watched them on Disney Plus. But to sit through that and just be absolutely disgusted the entire time. It just really felt like the soul is ripped out of all of these movies. Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid. I mean, arguably 101 Dalmatians is still the only one that I feel like has heart to it because it's technically less of a remake and more of just like, hey, we have this new version of 101 Dalmatians that we're doing. Like, I feel like every single
they made
other
a
one of
live
these things.
action 101 Dalmatian like in the 90s.
Yeah,
there was sort
it
of
was
like
when they,
2000.
yeah, it was when they had inspiration and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
these are just cash grabs through and through. Like the best of
Oh,
them,
yeah.
which was Beauty and the Beast, in my opinion, is still bad. Right? It's still like not a great movie. But they arguably changed the least with Beauty and the Beast. So it's like, okay, at least like the core of that movie is still kind of intact. But you have like character designs are all super ugly in all these remakes. Acting is never as good. The songs are never as good. They're all re-recorded or they add new ones in there that like disrupt the flow. They add new characters. They remove characters. They change motivations of characters. As you were saying, they change themes. They change everything. They're technically the same movie, but they're also technically not the same movie. Like they're completely different films. And to any kid who grew up watching the remakes, it's just a sad idea. It really is. It just fills me with such dread because the way I vividly remember watching The Lion King on VHS on my grandpa's 1970s tube TV. And like just having an incredible experience, okay? And the fact that kids nowadays are going to the theaters and seeing 2019's Jon Favreau Lion King just makes me want to jump out my window. Like it is like that big of a fucking problem to me. Like, God. Yeah. And we're still getting them.
Mm-hmm. What's the next one?
I don't know.
What is Moana. It's the next one.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Talk. Oh.
What is it? I'm not looking.
Let's talk for another hour about this because that trailer, once again,
yikes!
Soul ripped out. Dwayne the Rock Johnson is gonna ruin that whole thing. Like he was fine in the original movie because they were able to rein him in and like not make him like the number one piece. But you look at the poster for Moana.
Oh, the Moana movie.
Do you know who is in the front and center and Moana is off to the side? It's Dwayne the motherfucking Rock Johnson right in the middle there. His ego showing. And his wig looks awful. Just look at a screenshot of his freaking wig.
So bad.
Okay. Like that's another one where it's like the soul is being ripped out, the songs are being re-recorded worse. Like The Rock did not sound good in his song, okay? But he sounded good enough, right? In the remake, you know he's going to sound like complete ass. Because you know that the same vocal coach is not there and the same care and time is not being put into anything that made Moana special in the first place. And I didn't even grow up with Moana. Moana is just a movie that I enjoyed because it's such a beautiful movie and it has great music and blah, blah, blah. And my nieces love the shit out of it, okay? We watch it every time I go over there, okay? It's still a good movie, though. I could watch that thing like 20 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like, God. Anyway, so
agreed.
Anyways,
it's yeah. So Barry Jenkins, to loop it all back around, he got sucked into the Disney remake fuckery, and it's like a big stain on his resume because it looks like the rest of his movies are pretty well received and they are pretty impactful for the people who've watched them just from reviews and stuff like that. And if they're anything like Moonlight, yeah, I mean, it's so weird to see these two movies side by side, and they're side by side on Letterboxd because they have the most watches on them. They have the most plays, reviews, and stuff like that, ratings.
Yeah.
So it's wild that his two top movies. One is an Oscar winner, like multiple awards, best movie of the year. The other one is freaking Mufasa. Anyway, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing fantastic.
Yes,
Yeah,
better
now.
Still.
Better
now. Callus, take it away.
All right. Well, does anyone have any last things to say before we move on to the final reviews? Tay, ready? Yeah.
Nope.
I'm good.
All right. Well, in that case, Yemmy, take it away.
Thank you, Callus. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed Moonlight. Well, I should say the name of the movie because we've been talking about everything else at this point.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Moonlight. I thought it was pretty poignant. For I mean, it's still impactful to this day. I thought the flow of the movie was fine. Obviously, it did slow down a bit here and there, but I think the core scenes of the movie make up for the fact that there are some slower moments throughout. I think that the main impactful moments of the movie are going to stick with me for a while. I do like the character growth throughout it. Yeah, I think Juan definitely should have been in the movie for at least the second act, or maybe we could have seen like a moment where something goes wrong, like maybe at the end of Act 1. But other than that, like I feel like a lot of this movie is really well done, really well written. I think that it's impactful where it needs to be impactful, and it kind of leaves you at least at the end for me kind of wanting more, which I think is the best way to end a movie, is like wanting to see more. In a situation like this, it can be a bit frustrating because you want to know exactly what happens, but I think also it's a nice way of being like, okay, well, how do you think it's gonna go, right? Kind of like the end of the thing almost. But at the end of the day, I thought it was great. And maybe I didn't express that super well throughout my thoughts, but I'm giving a 4.5 out of 5.
0.5. All right. Well, this is a movie that I kind of struggled with trying to figure out what I'm gonna give it for a rating, just because like I agree, it was like very well made and it was so impactful, but at the same time it's like very difficult for me to watch. Like a lot of the scenes were like very difficult. It's definitely a hard watch, especially because with all the bullying and all the bad stuff happening, which like that's the directorial direction that that the director wanted to take with the movie, and like it is supposed to be a hard watch. So I don't know, it's so hard to describe like the specific feeling that this movie gave me, but I do think like it's such a well-made movie, and obviously it had like a very good message to tell, and very well told. And even though some slow parts that kind of slowed it down here, I do enjoy the way that like they split up the three different time periods in his life. So what do I want to give it? I think I'm gonna settle on a 4 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah, I struggled a little bit. I was like, okay, what? Like overall, yes, I enjoyed it. There was a few little, like I said, nitpicking things that kind of were bugging me. But overall, yeah, I think it was a really good story, and definitely this is what lots of kids go through, especially in like the USA in the South, where a lot of parents aren't necessarily supportive of having a gay child. I mean, I did like it. I don't know if I would ever watch it again. Yeah, maybe I would. I don't know. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 because I'm still, I don't know. I don't know how to think.
Maybe you could watch the final act with the new context.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know my spouse wanted to watch it, but she couldn't wake up for it, so she might want to watch it again sometime. And I will say, I'm glad, it is leaving HBO soon, so I'm glad we got it before it left.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. Take it away, Ray.
I will. Overall, I did think that this was a good movie. Even though it's not like my type of movie, I always try to think openly when we watch movies that I don't necessarily think are like up my alley, really. But I thought that the pacing was really well done regarding like the length of the movie, under 2 hours, and they were able to create a very great film. Like, I think that a lot of people overdo it in that way. Like longer isn't always better in several meanings of that phrase. And this is one of those times. So I think that that type of pacing was done very well. The acting was great. The kid did a remarkable job, and overall, for what it is, like it is a good movie. So I am giving it a I think I will give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we all kind of struggled with what to rate. It's like it's good,
Yeah.
but also like it's a hard topic, and like it can make it hard to watch. And
Yeah, for it being
Alright.
so difficult, I think they did a good job.
yeah,
Well, I was worried that it was going to be lower ratings from our conversation, but I'm glad we're all kind of in the same boat here.
Yeah.
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 All right, and with that, the average for Moonlight from 2016 is a 4.25.
Nice. All right. Well, it is time for small recommendations.
I was ready for it's time for Cal's Spanish review.
Me too.
I was getting ready to sing.
Did already
Part
did
2,
that.
Electric
We did.
Boogaloo.
Yep. You
But
thought
no,
you were done, Callus?
This is the section of the show where we give small recommendations. Could be a movie, could be a TV show, could be a book, could be a video game, could be music, could be anything under the sun. Life advice. So if anyone has any small recommendations today, speak now.
Or
Tay?
forever hold your peace.
I'm gonna throw it over to
Oh.
Tay, who hasn't had one in like 2 episodes now.
Yeah, well, that's because I don't do anything.
All right, I'm gonna throw it
Get
over
your
to
sleep
Ray,
in.
who
That's
probably has
my
something to say.
recommendation.
All right, what was that? I'm sorry, I talked over you.
No, get your sleep in, because that's all I do.
No, I think
It's
that's
not true.
I think that's a great recommendation because there's
It
so
is,
many people
yeah.
who don't sleep.
Yeah,
Don't
I mean,
sleep.
I can get some other recommendations. Let's see here. Remember, guys, don't fall for capitalistic propaganda, and your worth is more than what you can produce.
Amen. I like that.
Nice.
That was a great one.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah, and make sure if you are at a baseball game with the sitting president to boo him vehemently.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or basketball game.
Basketball game.
Oh, was it
He was
basketball?
both.
Oh, it was,
yeah.
okay,
It was
it was the
yeah,
next
it
game.
was
Ah,
basketball.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, just boo him
Boo.
at any chance you can get.
At this point, I don't think anyone who supports Trump listens to this podcast. So,
I think so.
if
Even
you
if you do
fucking
wake
voted
up-
for Trump, you're part of the problem. And don't say, "Well, I don't agree with him now." Like you knew going into this what this term was going to be. Did you not see the end of his last term? That should have been pretty eye-opening. The shit he's gotten away with. He is allegedly a pedophile, and he is allegedly racist.
No,
and
not
he
allegedly. He is a rapist.
Well,
That is not
hold on.
allegedly.
You have to say it or you're gonna get sued. That's all.
Mhm.
Like I 100% agree with you. But
That was in a court of law.
no.
He was
I 100% agree with you. But I'm just trying to cross my T's and X my O's. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care. They can come for me.
Oh
They technically come for Yemmy though, so let's
No.
protect him.
yeah.
No, they will come for me. They got my info. They got an NS agent on me or something.
I'm beeping Tay out. Just a big beep. That's not my
Pedophile
small
rapist,
recommendation.
all I'm saying.
That's just on top.
That's just life advice.
That's just like.
I mean, mine was too, I guess, but
Anyway, 2 more years.
Yikes! Don't.
Still?
That makes
Oh
me
my gosh.
sick to my stomach every time.
maybe
someone
less.
says
We'll
that.
see.
Ugh.
I'm gonna throw it over the Callus.
Yeah, I was trying to think, but
All right, I'm gonna throw it over to
I don't
Ray.
think I don't think I got anything.
All right, I'm going to throw it over to myself.
Oh wait, I do have a
had something
recommendation.
yesterday.
No,
I
you
do.
already
don't
gave a
remember.
recommendation, Tay.
No, but I have a real one, not the life advice.
Okay, all right. We'll let it.
It's a video game recommendation. So yesterday I started playing Mina the Hollower, and I highly recommend it, especially if you like
Oh, yes.
old GBA games like Link's Awakening and stuff.
Oh, nice.
I am loving that. Yes, I thought about giving that a recommendation, but it was like, I feel like it's already extremely popular. It doesn't need
Probably
any
but
recommending.
I'll still recommend it because that's all. That's
Alright.
the newest thing I have done.
Nice.
Nice. How far are you?
I'm not very far. Like I said, I started last night on stream, so I'm
Okay.
about only like 2.5 hours in.
Cool.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't really have anything this week. I had something yesterday. I should have written it down, but I did not.
Well, all right.
You know what? My small recommendation is that if you are interested in Mina the Hollower but are afraid of the difficulty, because it is very difficult, there are accessibility features that could make it easier if you so choose. Like, bigger health bar, less damage, things like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I'm still gonna play it normal.
Same.
stream.
Yeah.
Also, come by my streams, guys. Not you guys, because I know you're sleeping when I do them. But
Yeah, I'm
I'm so
literally in
tired.
just a
snooze mode.
recommendation.
Literally.
I wish I could.
I know, guys, and it's okay. You're sleepies. I get it.
Yeah, I was delirious last night, so I'm really glad we didn't
Jeez.
record because
Yeah, I was like record, not.
I quite literally almost passed out from laughing so hard at the most simple TikTok video. So, oh my gosh, I was crying. I was a mess.
All right, take it away, Yemmy.
Hey, I feel so special. I've been watching a lot of stuff recently, and I pretty much binged all of Death Note, and this is not my recommendation. This is for context. So I went through all of Death Note. I thought the third act really fell apart, but the first two acts of the show were like fantastic, like best ever.
I
right?
think everyone agrees with you
I
on
think
that.
that's a pretty cold take at this point. I'm just late to the party. I apologize. But the same creator from Death Note also made a soccer manga that got turned into a show called Blue Lock, and this is my recommendation.
Ooh.
Because I think Blue Lock, I am almost at the end of season 1 at this point, is absolutely fantastic, and I liked it so much that I bought the manga, the first omnibus, which covers like, I don't know how many chapters, but like 20 chapters, something like that. And it's pretty. The show is actually pretty faithful to the book. Like some scenes are mixed up to give a bit more, just put them in a different kind of place in the show. They still are impactful. They're just in a little bit of a different place at different times. Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to like soccer to like the show. Like if it's got a great story going on. So the concept, let me rewind. The concept is these teenagers who are like just getting out of high school, and they're like really good at soccer. They all get lumped into this league of like 300 strikers, all people who are the same position, because the Japanese soccer league has been floundering for years and years and years, and so this pretty crazy guy decides to put a bunch of these up-and-coming people into the Blue Lock. And it's pretty much Squid Games, but they don't die. They just get kicked out when they lose. So essentially all these 300 kids essentially are battling out with each other to become the number one striker and then move on to represent the Japanese soccer team, be the striker for the Japanese soccer team. Nice. That's the basic thing there. All right, that's like base level. They're all inside this facility duking it out. But where the show really gets insane not only is it written fantastically, like I just watched an episode that made me like jump out of my seat and cheer, but each character, each of the main characters, I should say, because there's a lot of supporting cast as well, but each of the main characters have their own unique ability, and it comes in the form of these like blue flames that are represented around them. Not just blue, but they're different colors for each character, but it's like their weapon essentially. And
calm down, Callus. They're not all blue.
yeah, they're not all blue. And so essentially throughout the show, these characters grow. They learn how to really utilize their specific set of tools and then also evolve them into something more. And there's just these really great action moments where, you know, they're playing a game of soccer. Sometimes they're on teams, sometimes they're one-on-ones and stuff like that. But they're playing a game, and just like the animation will be cranked up to 10. Like there's this one character who is held back because he had an ACL tear. And so the entire time you see him, he's playing defense or he's not really doing much. But then there's one episode where the main character, Isagi, is really egging him on and pushing him around and being like, hey, get in this fucking game, we're gonna lose. And eventually he cracks, and there's this really amazing page in the book, but also in the show, where there's all these chains wrapped around his leg, and he's having this inner monologue with himself and getting up off the field, and these chains are breaking away, and then he goes into a full sprint and says, I don't care if I tear my ACL again, I'm getting into this game. And all the chains are like flailing around and breaking apart as he runs, and it's like such a really fun sequence, and it's just really impactful. And there's so many moments like that kind of are just continuously building throughout the show. And once they introduce all the main characters, and obviously these scenes turn into like, okay, here's my origin story too, more of like, here's how I'm evolving and changing as a player. And so nearing the end of the first season, it's just been like boom, 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 like each episode just boom, 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 boom. And the nice thing about these kind of shows is they're digestible. They're like 20 minutes long each, not even sometimes. And you can just knock them out, and you can just watch like 5 of them in a row without even really realizing it, because they're just like boom, boom, boom. So they just go by so fast. And I think the other thing too is like, because the story and character interactions are so fun and so well written too, that even like the downtimes where they're not playing soccer, they're just in the cafeteria, or they're just in their room or whatever, there's fun moments, there's serious moments, there's impactful moments, there's et cetera, et cetera. So really, I mean, if Death Note is probably like a 4 out of 5 to me right now. I would be giving Blue Lock a 5 out of 5. It is absolutely fantastic. Nice. So definitely check that out, whether it be in book form or in show format, because they are both excellent and they both are 5 out of 5s.
Nice. So you reminded me.
And I love the
something.
Character designs too. I think the character designs are really fun.
Oh, nice. I mean, you remind me of some things. First off, sport animes, like I'm not a big sport person, but sport animes just like hit hard, and you're just like, I love this thing. Like the volleyball one, Haikyuu, perfect. It's just great. It's a good one even if you don't like volleyball. But what you reminded me of by talking about soccer and like this weird thing is I forgot that they actually introduced something recently that I saw like while I was at Dave and Buster's. I think they called it Omniball. It's 3 soccer teams fighting at the same time, and the field is a triangle. They're playing at the same time, and like it's super like fast paced, and like it's pretty damn cool. Like watching it, I was like, okay, I'm into this sport. The only thing I think would have made it cooler is if they had like a multi-ball section where they just sort of like, okay, now there's 2 balls on the field.
That does sound cool.
But it was pretty cool. I would definitely recommend looking at it, especially if you're a big soccer fan. It's just a way they went, hey, well, if we made soccer just more like fast-paced, and it seemed pretty cool. So I think, like I said, I think it was called Omniball. It might have been something other, Omega Ball. I was like, it's another one of the Omega Ball. That's what it was. Yeah, I was
Dark
like,
side.
It's a Greek like alphabet thing.
That sounds cool. Yeah,
it was cool. So if you like Blue Lock, maybe check that out.
Possibly. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like you said, you don't actually have to be a fan of sports to actually watch the show, because there's, I mean, it's more of like an action kind of show.
Well, it's also very character driven.
Yeah, yes, it's very character driven. Yes, but at the same time, it's like, if you like a more action packed show, it's not gory and bloody. Like, sure, there is some like blood, like when something happens, but like it's not like people's limbs are getting ripped off. It's not Chainsaw Man, which I also really love Chainsaw Man.
You were about to say,
it's
not like there's limbs getting cut off. I mean, there was that one part where the guy gets his limb cut off.
It's not demons getting sawed in half and people getting eaten. Right? It's much more of like a. I mean, it's not realistic at all, but it's more of like a realism angle where it's like, and it's much less like about the gore and the violence. Is more about the impact of the plays and what's going on in the field. So, and all, the other thing too is like you don't actually need to really understand soccer other than like you need to score goals to win, right? So that's another nice thing too. You can be very surface level on it. And there was one other. Oh yeah, I also kind of connected with it because I played soccer for a long time before I went to
Really?
to middle school. I was playing a lot of soccer when I was a kid, and something happened when I went into like I think I was like 12 or something like that, 13. All of a sudden, I got scared of being hit with the ball, and I couldn't be a goalie anymore. But I was a really good goalie for quite a while, and then all of a sudden, I was like, kind of scared by these balls, and I think it's because the players were getting better, and the balls were coming very fast. So yeah, I think that's why I kind of got out of it. But yeah, so it kind of hits some of the nostalgia strings for me too, being an ex-child soccer player.
Being an ex-child.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. But that is my small recommendation for today.
Lovely.
I am in an anime renaissance right now. I'm pretty much going through everything. So
you've been watching a lot of stuff that's on my watch list. I'm jealous.
Get to it.
I know.
If both these are on your if Chainsaw Man and Blue Lock are both on your watch list, Chainsaw Man is a bit quicker of a series. I finished that in about a week and a half. Blue Lock, I'm going on about 2. Maybe actually, I'm at the end of the season 1. I'm at about a week and a half right now. So it's the first season's a bit longer. But I also like watch 8 episodes in a row of both of those at the same time. So kind of obsessed with it. Other things I've been watching. Thank you for asking, Callus. I watched Berserk from 2016. Not that great. I know the original one is like fantastic. Like is an all timer. It's not on any platforms that I can find right now that are easy to access. It's not on Crunchyroll for some reason. So I kind of was like, it was fine, but then it also like went really weird, and I was like, kind of like, okay, kind of out of this. I also watched Dorohedoro, which is about this guy who has a lizard head, and I thought that was really fun. It really built a story and the lore a little slow, but it was really worth it in the end. And the second season was really good too. It really kept on growing. And that's one of those ones where the first season came out like 5 years ago, and then there was like this big wait for the next season that just came out. So I kind of hit it at the perfect time because I was watching it. And I kind of binged the second season, and then all of a sudden it was like, and there's one more episode. I was like, yes, perfect timing. But that was really fun. Sorcerers use their blood for magic. It's cool. This one guy turns everything into mushrooms, which is really freaky at times. Like it's like the visual style of that one is like off the wall. Like I love that one.
Wait, say it again.
Dorohedoro.
Okay.
Just look up anime with lizard head man. Pop up. And then that's.
I feel like this could be a whole podcast.
Yeah, well,
Anime Freakz.
Anime Freakz.
Spinoff. Yeah, but the other thing I've watched is Death Note, which was like, of course, if you're gonna go through all the anime, you gotta watch Death Note.
I've never actually seen Death Note, besides like this shitty Netflix adaptation.
Oh my gosh, see that? I was the same way. For a long, long time. And watching the show made me hate the Netflix adaptation even more. Even though I love William Dafoe as Ryuko. Okay, that's like a perfect casting. That is the wrong movie though. God. But if you're gonna watch Death Note, like I was like I watched it all the way through. I think that watching that final act of the show it's like fine, but it's like so much. It's just so much of a less interesting story they're telling, especially at the end. But pretty much all the way through the first 2 acts of the show, until a certain moment happens, which I'm not going to spoil, is like 10 out of 10 fantastic. It's just it fumbles the ending, and of course that could be the source material, or they could have changed. I don't know, but at the end of the day, like that's just how I guess a lot of people feel about it. It's like that third act is just kind of a bit of a crumbling point, underutilized characters, not as interesting motivations, et cetera, et cetera. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's yep. So I'm planning on watching the rest of Blue Lock and reading the rest of Blue Lock, and then I'll move on to something else, and I will report in.
I have some recommendations for you if you want them.
I got so much on my list right now,
I
but
bet.
I'll take them in the DMs.
Sounds good. Just for me, not anybody else. Joking. Or am I?
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, all right, folks. We have reached the end. Does anyone else have anything they want to mention before we sign off?
I'm good.
I guess I could talk about the next movie recommendation, or I mean, the next one that we're gonna watch.
Nah.
Oh, I thought this was the
I
final
guess.
episode.
Yeah, we're done. Nah. I am Yemmy the Ferret, and I've been here with... All right, Callus, please, take it away.
All right, so usually I give you guys 2 movies to choose from, but I mean, this Yummy kind of has me deciding to maybe choose an anime movie. I feel like we haven't watched an anime for review for a while, but
I don't think we've ever watched
I
an
don't feel like-
anime movie.
The problem with the anime movie, like I have some anime movies, but the problem with them is that sometimes they're very hard to obtain for everyone to watch.
yeah, well, this one is readily available.
Yeah, I'm sure
I think.
Callus has researched it quite thoroughly.
Good.
But I mean, the other 2 movies that I was thinking of recommending are also kind of like hard to find, so you would have to like
Yeah.
rent it from somewhere.
Anime movie.
Tough choice. I don't know. You guys want the
Follow
3
your
choices?
heart. Follow your heart.
My
Callus.
vote is just anime movie.
Really?
I'm saying.
I'm not
What
a
is
follow your
huge
race?
fan of anime, but I'll watch it.
You
Or
haven't
should I just take-
watched the right animes then.
You know what? I'm just gonna give you guys 3 choices, okay? The
All right.
2 that I picked out, and then also an anime choice. All right. So the first choice is one that I've made a choice 2 times previously, and you guys always go with a different movie. So I'm bringing it back for a 3rd time.
No one wants to
And
watch it. Blurry.
I believe I talked about it already. It's Rain Over Me, the drama with Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
So that's choice number 1. Choice number 2 is a 3-hour movie with mixed reviews, and I think it opens up a very interesting conversation. Don't want to say what it is.
Well, you're really selling it
you
there,
know,
buddy.
People either love it or hate it, but it would just create so, like, I think, interesting conversations. And then the 3rd is an anime, is from, let's see, the 90s, I think. Yeah, the 90s. It's a 90s anime film.
Studio
Is
Ghibli.
it Akira?
It is Studio Ghibli, yes. And
Okay, no, Akira was 80s.
Yes.
So yeah.
just over 2 hours. Well, 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Mononoke?
It is, actually, yes.
Hell yeah.
It's what?
Princess Mononoke. It's a good
feel
one,
that
Ray.
one- I choose that one.
Yeah, that's my vote.
All right, Princess.
Yes, just wanna go with that one.
Mononoke.
All right,
I
Princess
have that one on
Mononoke it is.
DVD.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna have to pull up the information because I was not ready for this.
I didn't think anyone would pick the popular one.
Right? I'm gonna have to bring back Rain Over Me a 4th time in the future. All right,
We're
so-
never gonna pick it. Give it up. No, I'm joking. At this point, it's just
So-
fun.
Princess Mononoke, directed by the famous Hayao Miyazaki. It is about after a deadly curse forces him from home, young
I'm
warrior.
getting some echo on
Ashitaka.
Callus.
Oh yeah, you know, I was also kind of hearing that echo.
Who's it coming from, or where's it coming from?
No,
Oh,
I was
no,
like, I
it's hit
wasn't
me.
getting an echo.
Callus, talk.
Young warrior Ashitaka journeys west and is drawn into a conflict between ancient forest spirits, an iron town, and a wolf-raised girl.
See, now
This
it's gone.
movie stars. Yeah, I don't hear it anymore.
It's probably my mic was like right next to my headphones, so
Oh,
it's not bad.
okay. We've solved
okay.
the problem. Troubleshooting on Film Freaks.
You're welcome.
So this movie stars Yoji Matsuda, Yuriko Ishida, Yuko Tanaka, Karu Kobayashi, and more. And
Who's give us the voice acting, like the English voice acting?
yeah,
If somebody wanted to watch that
this
version.
site doesn't list the English voice actors,
enough.
but
There are
it
English
does
voice
have quite a
actors for
few
those
famous.
who hate
Yeah.
subtitles. So Ray.
What? Why did I get a Ray?
I'm joking. I just assumed that's why you hated
So-
anime.
And the reason
No.
I'm choosing this movie is because I watched it as a kid and like it really freaked me out, like bad, to where like I just did not watch it at all again. And I feel like now is the time. I'm all grown up. I feel like I can handle it now.
Are you all grown up?
I'm not, so
Eh,
I'm probably
halfway
gonna
there.
have problems.
I'm
Nah,
halfway grown up, so maybe I can
It's
handle it.
it's.
Maybe this will be
It's
the
a good
gateway
one.
anime.
I mean, kind of was for me. Like I never watched. Like I watched a little anime here and there, but when I watched this, like junior high school, was just like, oh, this is what anime is like. It's not just Pokemon. Hell yeah.
I can almost promise you that I'm still not going to be a fan, but I will give it a try.
Do you like messages of what's the word I'm looking for? About saving the earth from like, horrible people? Climate change and whatnot?
Don't hate messages about saving the world from terrible people.
So
You might enjoy this.
watch it as if
Oh,
this is a Disney movie. Maybe that'll change your perspective.
I mean, it is
The thing
Disney
is, though,
did
Disney's
release the English
nostalgic.
version.
Disney's nostalgic for me. Anime, I don't know what it is. I just can't get into it. The only type of quote unquote anime that I've ever gotten into is Avatar or
that's a good one.
sort of Dragon Ball. But even that, I quit halfway through. I just got bored. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this is just a movie. You don't need to watch
Yeah.
all the things. There's not any other things after it. And Disney was the one who like released it into the West. So
That's cool.
Also,
If that
Avatar:
helps.
The Last Airbender is an anime, and
A lot of people say it's not. It doesn't count.
well, those people.
That's what I get
are
every single time.
wrong.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
You're in a
I
safe
get why
space,
they
Ray.
I get why they
Avatar's an
say
anime.
it because like it's not animated in Japan or whatever, but
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. I will give
but
it
it
a try
has
though.
some high anime references or like influences, so
Got you. Where can we watch this movie, Callus?
you can watch this movie. I believe it's streaming on both HBO Max and Hulu, so you got choices.
Nice.
say don't they have all the Studio Ghibli stuff on Disney Plus as well?
No idea.
Or they did at one point.
This thing does say Disney Plus, but it's like it lists it under the bundle that includes Hulu, so I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't have Disney Plus. I just know that
But
for a
probably-
while there
probably
they had
not.
all the Studio Ghibli. So
Okay.
Is it Ghibli or is it Ghibli?
Ghibli.
I say
Because I feel
Ghibli.
like I've said it both ways and I get
have
a lot of-
conflicting answers.
A lot of people say Ghibli,
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's
but I think
Ghibli.
it's Ghibli.
According to my
It's
spouse.
actually pronounced Gili.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, okay. Ghibli is what they say in Japan. Ghibli is what we say here. So
Oh,
they're both right.
all right, cool. Anyway,
Anywho. All right. Well, if you don't want to be spoiled for that movie,
Princess Mononoke.
I closed the tab too early. Make sure you watch it before the next episode airs in 2 weeks. We'll reconvene, talk about it, see how we feel.
Have you ever seen this one, Yemmy?
You're asking the right person because I haven't seen it.
Okay. Well, I was like, I'm asking Yemmy, and Yemmy should know if he's seen it or not.
Yes, you've asked the right person.
I did.
I watched a lot of the 4Kids anime back in the day, like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball,
Yeah,
which back then I didn't really know that I was watching anything other than a cartoon, right? And I
Yeah.
think that like way of thinking is helping me now, because there was a while where I was kind of like adverse to anything that was like anime or whatever. I'm back around on it. I'm playing through
glad.
Kingdom Hearts. It's fine. Like I'm not annoyed by things. Maybe it's just my new
Wow.
lease on life, which is
Yeah.
nice. Show. Yeah, I'm very much open to watching this and seeing how it goes.
And then how long until you play Batten Kaitos?
Well, let's not get that crazy, Callus.
I think there's still some games that might be out of my reach, but I might go back to Final Fantasy. Give it another shot.
Mm. Do Final Fantasy 6. That's a good one. And that like it's not like a huge like.
Oh, 6 is on Game Pass now.
Okay, you definitely said sex right there. I'm not hearing
Yep,
things.
absolutely.
6.
I heard 6.
100%.
6.
6. Nice. Yeah. No. It's and it's like a good one just because it. I don't know. It feels like a little bit modern, but also still feels Final Fantasy. So.
Anyway, Kingdom Hearts is great. That's another small recommendation. All right, let's go ahead and close this one out, unless someone has anything else they want to add.
No, I'm tired.
I think we've talked more about this than we have the actual movie. So.
No, we
Yeah.
actually spent a very healthy time watching or talking about
We
the
did.
movie.
Yeah, we did.
I feel like we did really good there, and everyone should be satisfied.
But we still spent more time on this. Small recommendations, I feel.
Well, that's because, well, you know, I have to take up some time because y'all are just like, I got nothing, or it's like, I gotta talk a little bit longer. I gotta fill the void with some passion. All right. I am Yemmy the Ferret, and I've been here with
Just Callus.
Hey, Nation.
Ray positivity.
and this has been another episode of Film Freaks with a Z. Thanks for listening. Au revoir.
Bye.
Clean your
Bye.
ass.
Yes.
Wow, no final joke. All right, well, I actually kept recording,
Tired.
Oh.
and no one said anything. So.
I mean, we said clean your ass. That's, you know.
Yeah, but that's like normal at this point, right?
Well, yeah. But
Like
Yeah, that's just tradition.
yeah, I was hoping Callus would come in and be like,
Daddy.
or something like that. Didn't happen.